Hey guys, I'm Taurus from 21hero.com, a place where you can kick off your intermittent fasting journey through 21-day challenges and meal plans. And today I present you the second edition of our top 6 intermittent fasting apps review. So since my last review, the number of intermittent fasting apps on the App Store have probably quadrupled. And I think the main reason for that is that intermittent fasting has become so popular that millions of people practice that all around the world. And of course, intermittent fasting apps makes the lives of the faster much easier. So in this review, I tried to look at some of these fresh, newer apps, but you will also recognize some of the apps that are, the most popular, the most validated ones. This video has been made possible by the apps of DOFASTING, Live Fasting Tracker, and FASTEN, and they were so kind to share some of the insider information that I will obviously share with you guys as well. So thanks a lot for these apps for making this video possible. Of course, all the links about anything I talk in this video you'll find in the description below. You'll also find a link to the text version of this review that we published on 21dayhero.com. And just before I start the review, I want to hear from you guys what type of intermittent fasting schedule you follow, and have you felt any of the positive results? Because I'm really curious about the impact intermittent fasting brings to the people's lives. All right, so enough of this mumbo jumbo. Let's go straight to the app number 1 that's called DOFASTING. All right, so my number 1 app on the list is called DOFASTING. It's available on both Android and Apple app stores. DOFASTING is probably one of the best fasting apps I've tried. While most of the apps are just fasting trackers, DOFASTING is really sort of your personal intermittent fasting assistant, if you will. So let me tell you why I really like it. Probably the main thing is the simplicity and how easy it is to use, and it really has everything that you need to make your fasting journey successful. It all starts with a short quiz right at the beginning, which tailors the app to your needs and goals. It will ask you about your level of fasting experience, eating preferences, fitness level, and a few other questions just to make this app really personalized for you. Once you're in, you'll see a bottom menu with 5 icons. The first one is home. This is where most of the action is going to happen. There you can choose your fasting schedule you'd like to follow from 6 available presets. You can also set your eating window times right there, see the number of fasts you completed, your current weight, and how far away you are from your target weight. So really handy features all in the home tab. Another important section is called workout. You can select your fitness level and get easy to do exercise recommendations for the week. I think they really went the next level of this, compared to other apps, because you get really the full workout plan with the professional video demos of each exercise. So even for beginners, it's really easy to follow. So, if you are the person who wants to lose weight, you really can't ask more than this. Under the section meals, you'll find healthy meal recommendations for the week as well. You can adjust your diet by choosing a regular vegan or vegetarian diet and set your allergies. If you have any, then it will take that data and also the answers you provided in the onboarding quiz, and it will give you meal recommendations, including full macros and recipes. So super handy feature if you want to improve what you eat, not only when you eat. The 4th section of the app is called articles, which is exactly what it says. It gives you tips and knowledge on intermittent fasting. So I think there's, I've seen a lot of knowledge there that is easy accessible at all times. Pretty standard, but also I find it very useful feature for any level of fasters. And finally, at the last tab, you can track your weight, fasting, and see your workout history in your profile tab. I really like how visual it is. It shows your current weight, how much weight did you lose, and so on. So for those who are a little bit of the tracking freaks, who really like to see the statistics and see it visualized, I think DOFASTING app does a really good job there. So this app is not free, but you can get it from $1.50 per week. And I think for this amount of features, it really seems to be a great option if you're looking for really the best fasting app. So DOFASTING, that's the app number 1. It's available on both iTunes and Play Store. And of course, I've included the download links in the description of this video. Number 2 app on the list is called Live Fasting Tracker. It's available on both Android and iOS. And what's interesting is that last year I included this app in an up-and-coming category, and this year it's right here in the top 6. And I think it's well deserved, because since my last review, it added a bunch of awesome features and has become one of the most popular apps for tracking the fast, with well over 1 million downloads in a bit more than 1 year. That's truly an amazing achievement, I think. So here's the rundown of the main features of Live. When you open the app, the first thing you see is a very clear fasting tracker. I think that's what's great is that how flexible setting the fasting time is. You can simply press plus and minus buttons and easily set the number of hours you want to fast that day. Out of all the apps I've tested, this is probably one of the most flexible tracking setups I've seen out there. Also, if you swipe up in your home feed, you'll find the progress tab where you can start tracking your weight, waist circumference, glucose, and ketones. I think tracking your progress not only for the hours fasted and the number of fasts you did is really important, and Live app makes it definitely very easy. Another feature that you'll find in this app is called Circles. It's basically an in-app fasting groups that allows you to see other users fasting, their overall fasting statistics, as well as send them direct messages to communicate, perhaps motivate each other, or maybe even find online fasting buddies. You can join one of the 60,000 existing circles or create your own with the people you know, with the friends, the colleagues, so you can create your own private group of fasters. I've also created the circle called 21 Day Hero Fasters. Feel free to join me. At the moment, I'm just there alone. So I would love to have you join my circle so we could fast together. Another feature worth noting is the Learning Library, which you can find under the Learn tab. It has plenty of science-backed information on intermittent fasting, how to make this journey more successful. It's really an amazing collection of articles and videos that will help you to learn more about intermittent fasting and really understand how intermittent fasting works and what you can do to achieve even greater results. You also have your feed, which will fill up with the posts from your fellow fasters in your circles. You can also post your own updates, interact with others, simply follow each other's journey. So it's really more like a social network for fasters. So definitely a great feature. And the final one I'd like to highlight is your profile, which keeps all your fasting statistics in one place. I really like how it shows the hours in ketosis, which is basically the time when intermittent fasting really does its magic and starts burning fat for energy. So that's when you really accelerate your weight loss. The app is free, which is definitely great, but it also offers premium services like biomarker blood test and real-time health coaching. So a couple of extra features available for you if you want to take that extra mile, go that extra mile. They also released a Bluetooth scale integration for Apple Health Kit recently, which makes weight tracking automatic, so you don't need to enter it manually, which makes the whole process a lot easier. And I think final thing worth to mention is that they have another free app called Live Extend, which helps you to track a lot more than just fasting, and you can actually use the same login to use both the apps. I included the download links in the description below. So that's the app number 2. A third app on my list is called FASTEN. Probably one of the underdogs in the game of fasting tracking apps, but I can really see it becoming one of the most popular ones because it has some of the unique features that I think you might enjoy. For example, if you want to fast on your own, you can choose from 8 available protocols. You can also set a custom fast for up to 7 days in length, and also one protocol that is not so common is called circadian rhythm, that based on your location lets you to start fasting as soon as the sun sets. So that's really awesome if you want to just simply follow the rhythm of the nature. Also, the next feature that is not out there, but the app developer was really excited about, and it should be coming in the next few weeks. You might be watching this when it's already out. And that feature is called Fast with Friends, which will introduce the concept of live fast. You will be able to fast at the same exact time and for same duration together with your buddies and other app users and really hold each other accountable. I'm really excited to see this coming out and try it out myself, because that's one of the features that will make fasting with friends a lot easier. Also, weight tracking is part of your tracking setup. You can set your current weight in pounds or kilos and log your weight as often as you like. You can also activate hydration tracking, which will help you to ensure you stay hydrated on a daily basis. It could help you track your water, tea, and coffee intake, which will also remind you when you didn't have enough. So not drinking enough water is one of the most common intermittent fasting mistakes, so this will help you to avoid making it. You can also track your mood, because tracking your mental health is as important as physical, and with the mood tracking you can keep a log of your emotional state during the fast, so you could really draw some conclusions and make decisions when when did you enjoy fast and how did it make you feel, and perhaps the opposite, and just adjust your fasting routine accordingly. The app also integrates with Google Fit, so you will have your fasting data synced with your physical activity, and I think it's really handy because weight loss is really a balance of a great diet and physical activity. So to have that all in one app, that's really useful. And finally, you have access to over 200 low-carb recipes. I think that's a super useful feature, and what's great about it is that you can only access them during your eating window, so that picks off the perfect cheese cauliflower pizza doesn't make the fasting any harder than it should be. The basic version of the app is free, but for only $9.99 per year, you can get a fasting premium that has a weight tracking, hydration reminders, keto mode, and other cool features included. FASTEN is a part of Wellzen app bundle that includes apps like Wellzen for meditation and Water for hydration tracking. They integrate seamlessly with each other, so if you are the user of all of these free apps, you will definitely get an additional benefits. So that's the app number 3, called FASTEN. A fourth app on the list has a cheeky name of 0 calories. It probably wants to capitalize on the popularity of another fasting app called Zero, and this strategy really seems to be working out well for them because over 500,000 people already download this app, and that's a lot of downloads. So when you open the app for the first time, it asks you to set the time in a weight format and choose your fasting time. Not a lot of choice there, but it has the custom type fast, so technically you can fast as long as you want. In the next step, you can already start fasting and see the history of your last 7 fasts, which I like that it's really in one place. It's interesting that hydration tracking is one of the main features of this app, where you can set what's your goal for water consumption and track it right there. It also has weight tracking feature and a really granular body measurements options. Perhaps even too granular if you want to make it attractive for everyday use. But I guess body measurements is something you would do once a week anyway, thus I can see this being a great feature for those who want to keep a close look at how their body changes over the weeks. Similar to Live Fasting Tracker, you can also track your ketones, body fat, and glucose levels, which is really interesting to those who love keeping track of what's happening inside our body too. The app is free, but you will see ads at the bottom part of the app most of the time. It also has a premium version that allows you to remove ads and also an option to purchase cloud space to store and visualize your data on the PC. Next one on the list is Fasting Tracker. That's literally a name of this fasting tracker. Get it? Fasting tracker? Okay. So that's available only on Android, and I've included it because it offers bright and simple user interface with just a few main features. Thus, if you're really looking for a simple fasting tracking app, this might be the one. It has 7 fasting schedule presets and an option to set custom fast. The fasting timer itself is no frills tracker with the dates, start, end of the fasting and the progress details. In the history tab, you can see your fasting and weight history. In the weight tab, you can log in your weight on a regular basis. And that's pretty much it. The app is free to use. However, it does have quite an annoying full screen ads that you can remove for $1.99. So that's the app number 5, called Fasting Tracker. And last but not least, Zero Fasting Tracker. It's one of the most popular apps out there, and I guess a lot of you guys would be mad if I didn't keep it in the top 6, right? And if you open the app, the first thing that really strikes you when using Zero is undoubtedly its user interface. It's simple, yet really looks friendly and calming and very appealing. Similar to other fasting tracker apps, you can choose one of the fasting presets you prefer. Next to it, they give you some extra tips according to the type of fast you've chosen, and you can start your fast right there in the app, of course. You also have your history section where you can see and analyze all your past fast, and in the Learn tab, you can read more about intermittent fasting, educate yourself, just familiarize yourself with the topic of fasting and doing it intermittently. So since my last review, I can really see that Zero did a lot of improvements and a lot of remakes of the app, and what's nice that they continue to be free to use, and most importantly, they launched an Android version of the app that so many users were asking for, including myself. All right, so that's the app number 6, called Zero. All right, guys, so that's the end of Intermittent Fasting app review video. I hope you enjoyed it and it helped you decide which app to use. And if it did, please don't forget to press that nice red button that says subscribe right there below and like this video as well. Of course, all the links mentioned in this article are in the description below, and if you need any help with kickstarting your intermittent fasting journey, please make sure to visit 21dayhero.com. We have an amazing resources there, and also 21-day intermittent fasting challenges and meal plans available for you. So thank you very much. I say goodbye and happy fasting.